Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick chat. Now, on the quick chat, we do have to talk about Miss Draya Michele, formerly of Basketball Wives. All right. We have to talk about her boo and now baby daddy, Mr. Jalen Green, who happens to be a basketball player professionally. Okay. It's been a lot of speculation where people were saying that Draya was indeed dating this young man who happens to be 22 years of age. And I do believe that Drea is roughly 39 or 40 years old. Okay. So that is like a really, really big deal to a lot of people because of that age gap. Like that's just a lot. I think they may be like 18 years apart. Correct me if I am wrong, and if my math is not indeed mathing, do let me know. But I do believe that they could possibly be like 18 years apart, and that is a huge age gap. I'll be honest and say when I see men date women with that wide of an age gap and beyond, I can't stand it. I feel like that person is a predator. And I think that for me, my mind goes back to when they were a kid and what age the elder was at that time. Like when I thought about Simon and Portia getting together, I'm like, I'm cringing because at the time that Simon was like, what, 18, 19, 20 or whatever, when he came to America, Portia was probably like 2 years old. So I cringe because that's where my mind goes when I see stuff like this. But then I also understand that people gonna do what they want to do anyway because that's just how they is. Now, y'all gonna date. I ain't got no control over that. Y'all gonna hunch. I ain't got no control over that. But I definitely have an opinion about it because it's one thing to get pregnant by a 20 some year old, which I do not necessarily condone, but it's another to get pregnant by a 22-year-old that is the same age as your son. Girl, what? Yes, you guys have heard it. After months of speculation of Drea dating this young man, Jalen Green, not only did they come out and confirm that they're dating, but they pretty much confirmed by saying, hey, we're welcoming a child together. She took to social media, and this is what Drea had to say. She says, Happy International Women's Day. As women, we navigate through so much, often leading us to question, what is my purpose? Now, ma'am, I know your purpose was not to go over there and hump on that 22-year-old and get pregnant by him. Hello. Anywho, let me keep going. For me, the magic lies in motherhood and the awe inspiring ability to bring life into this world over the span of 2 decades. She says, It's my superpower, and if anything can surpass the wonder of being a woman, it's the privilege of bringing another woman into existence. Are you confirming that you're having a daughter after having all of these little boys? That's what it seems like she's saying, okay? She goes on to say, We are overjoyed to share our love for you, little girl. There it is. I am excited to speak words to the daughter I never thought I'd have. We are anxious about your arrival, but take your time. This world can be tough, but know you are being brought into a space of love, security, and adornment. She's 28 weeks. Okay, about 7 months, and her baby is due in May of this year. Okay, so that is what Draya Michele came to the internet to confirm. And a lot of people have things to say about it. I'm not with this. I don't necessarily support Drea, but at the same time, she is a woman that is bringing life into this world. So I don't want to be too hard on her because she's going to get a whole bunch of backlash from people anyway, and she's getting it now, which is why she decided to cut the comments off on her latest post, which is this one. And I don't want to contribute a whole lot to this lady, knowing that I'm a person that just had a baby as well. I want her to have a healthy pregnancy despite who she chose to have this child with. Okay. I want her to have this healthy pregnancy, bring this baby through because it's definitely not this baby's fault that these two individuals are her parents. So yeah, they say age ain't nothing but a number and getting down ain't nothing but a thing. Now, y'all right about the getting down ain't nothing but a thing, but I feel like age is more than a number. Okay. Drea, are you expecting this young man to marry you at all? I don't know what they talk about. I don't know. Maybe she found love like Cher was over there trying to find love in that young man. Okay. And I don't know if she's looking to get married or what, but I would think with that huge age gap, I just don't know if he would be on her level mentally, maybe sexually. Okay, because I think that young guys his age, get props for hooking up with women that are older. I think it makes them feel like I'm the man when I walk through. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Like that's what I think it makes them feel like. So to him, he probably got some brownie points of some sort. Meanwhile, she's over here being dragged. But that's how it often goes. The ladies are always the ones that's going to get dragged. But ma'am, also you are like 40 or pushing 40, okay? And it's more so the thing for me of your son being the same age. Like you got pregnant by your child's peer. Whew. And some part of me is like, I'm glad your son is 22. He's old enough. So if you and this man were to move forward and being married or whatever, your son ain't ever got to worry about this man thinking he his stepdaddy in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just married to my mama, but that whole stepdaddy thing, like that's not what it is. So it's not giving that over here. Okay. But I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. Drea, I cannot go up for this, but I definitely hope that you have a safe delivery, continue to have a healthy pregnancy. But I can't rock with it. I don't know. It just makes me cringe. And knowing that I'm a mom of a 20-year-old, I wish a BIT would, because I just can't, because I'm getting closer to Drea's age, right? And I just feel like that's a BIT my age coming to date my little 20-year-old son. And I'm gonna be on your head top, girl. No, we not doing that here. Okay. And I'll be cussing him the dog loud. What the is wrong with you? Okay. Period. I'll be on his head about this. I am wondering, how is his family feeling about this? Do they support this relationship? Are they supporting her welcoming, supporting this child that's about to come into the world? Or do they feel like Drea saw him as a money grab? I remember when this similar situation happened with Brittany Renner, and a lot of people had things to say about Miss Brittany Renner. And, Brittany was drugged, and people felt like she got pregnant by this guy, as a for a come up, pretty much. And what's crazy is we've seen Brittany Renner on Basketball Wives, and the relationship between she and that guy is terrible. They have poor communication skills. The co-parenting isn't as great. It is horrible. And some part of me, as much as I'm hoping for the best, I feel like I see Drea going down the same lane of Brittany Renner. They're damn near in the same boat to begin with, you know. Brittany Renner definitely came off as like a HOE. Drea did as well, but Drea said that her wholeness was deleted, and I feel like it's continuing to be deleted, which is why she felt like she was in a great place to go and date and have a baby by a 22-year-old, because all the other kids she done had prior, and the wholeness she's done before has been deleted. So she finds herself renewed after every relationship that she gets in. Okay, so girl, I guess, honey, do your thing. But I remember when people talked about Miss Brittany Renner down to the ground. Now we over here having to drag Miss Drea. All right. And I guarantee y'all, I know Drea's going to turn them down, but I guarantee you guys, as Basketball Wives are trying to get their cast together for the next season, I wouldn't be surprised if they electric slid themselves right on over there to Drea's door, trying to see if she would be interested to get a piece of a check and let people into the life that she has with this man. And if that is the case, I can tell y'all right now, it's a no. She already shut those comments off. Okay, so I don't see that happening. I think Drea has not been on anybody's reality show since she has left Basketball Wives. So I don't see her returning or doing anything like that, because it's only gonna make her look even more worse if she display this on national television. People gonna drag her even more. But yeah, that's what's going on with Miss Drea. I'm wondering how his family is feeling about it, and whether or not they are in support of this, or they think she a whole gold digger. You know what I'm saying? I do want to get into some of the comments of what people had to say, as well as one of Drea's former castmates, Miss Megan James, because she also chimed in. I want to get into that. And I also want to touch on some type of connection that Miss Drea may have had to this young man, Jalen, a long time ago. So we'll get into that. But first, let's check out some of the comments. All right. Someone says her new baby daddy is the same age as her oldest child. There's no way and nothing any of y'all can say to make that okay. Because if a man was having a baby with a girl the age of his daughter, we would be grossed out. Okay. The next person says, I mean, they're both adults, but ain't no way you can be genuinely into a man that's the same age as your son, which is why it's gross. Someone else says, now, before y'all start, just remember that at one time, y'all were celebrating Carisha for being with Diddy, who is older than her father. Therefore, y'all better keep that same energy with Draya. Absolutely not. I have to disagree with this one. And mainly, I'm disagreeing because I never supported Carisha being with Diddy anyway. So, yeah, no, you think people are supposed to be celebrating Drea because she's gotten with a younger guy that has all of this money? You think we're supposed to be praising her because she didn't hit a lick? She didn't got to the bag or of some sort. Go away from us with this, please. Someone else says, in the criminal justice system, this is what had me laughing, because what they're doing is they're repeating law and orders like mission statement or whatever as they go into the show. It says, in the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as Special Victims Unit. These are their stories. Honey, that had me kind of cackling a little bit, but y'all are pretty much trying to say this lady essayed this man in some fashion. I don't know. Some may feel that way because she's older. Maybe they feel like she preyed on him. Some people gonna probably try and say she groomed the young man. It's gonna be a lot more conversation to Drea in this relationship and now this baby that she's having with this man. Let's keep going. Someone else says, y'all do realize Jay-Z and Beyonce are 12 years apart, right? 17 years apart is not that big of a difference. This young man is living out his fantasy with his dream girl. She was a very young mother, so her son being the same age is irrelevant. No, it's not irrelevant, because she was a young woman. She was a young woman that had a 22-year-old child that went on to have multiple children. Are you crazy? Y'all, now see, if I do, I'm gonna bring color into it. I am. Now if this was a darker woman, okay, if this was a darker woman, if this was, I'm trying to think of, if this was Kelly Rowland dating a 22-year-old, if this was like a if Kelly was in her 40s and she was dating a 22-year-old, y'all would be dragging Miss Kelly. No matter how much y'all love her, y'all would be dragging her down. If Normani was in her close to her 40s and she was dating it, y'all would be dragging the hell out of her. So why are you trying to change the narrative here and support? But that's what they gonna do, girl. They entitled to their own opinion. Anywho, somebody else says Demi Moore did it. Cher's doing it now, and men have done it for centuries. This feels like a double standard because Leonardo DiCaprio, 50 Cent, Scott Disick, and Rick Ross don't get the same heat. Now, this is where I'm with you. Okay. I am with you on this. I'm with you on this. Okay. I'm with you on this. And you kind of got a little piece of a point. All right. I'm with you on this because a lot of the men don't get dragged. As I said earlier, oftentimes it is the woman. I think the grossed out part, the biggest issue is the fact that he's the same age as her child. That's like smashing one of your kids' friends and then getting pregnant by them. So for me, I'm not really with it. Now, if the person was probably like 10, 9 years younger than her, like, okay, cool, but girl, it's damn near giving half your age and your son's friend. I can't take it, but I'm gonna let her do what she do. And I just want to know what's in Drea's head. Like, if your son went on to date a woman that's your age, would you condone it? While you're dating somebody else's son at the age that you're at, would you condone your child doing the same thing? And if your answer is no, then you know you're wrong. And if your answer is yes, then you just full of shit to excuse your behavior currently. So either way, you're gonna be wrong to me. Sorry, honey. Let's keep going. Someone else says, I'm sorry, but this is gross. A 40-year-old pregnant by a 22-year-old, degenerate behavior. Same if the roles were reversed. Okay. Megan James came to social media and she had a lot to say. She says that y'all really ripped Brittany Renner to shreds for her 7 or 8 year age gap. She ain't the true villain here, because 17 years is wild. Having fun with a younger guy is cool because y'all both grown. Having a baby by one that's the same age as your son speaks a lot about your character as a person. Honey, yes, that is what Miss Megan James had to say. I don't fully disagree with her. I definitely want to hear you all's thoughts and comments down below. Now, what I wanted to talk about more was the fact that Miss Draya dating Jalen is interesting, considering the fact that she was pretty cool with his ex-girlfriend at one time. I believe her name is Bria. Okay, she was really cool with Bria. People said that she babysit Bria when she was younger and stuff, and she definitely hung out with Bria. Okay, so let me just go ahead and show y'all the pictures. This is Bria with Mr. Jalen back in the day, and they broke up. I'm not sure how long ago. I do believe it was a recent breakup. And then next thing you know, what do we see? He's over here hanging out with Draya when Draya and Bria were real cool at one point. Shout out to T Snipers, I hope that's correct, over there on Instagram, because they went into the archives and they were able to connect the two together. So these ladies definitely would hang out. They were good friends back when this young lady was dating Jalen. And then fast forward, you're over here dating her man. Girl, there is no loyalty out there in Hollywood or anywhere. There is absolutely no loyalty. I do wonder what was the cause of the breakup between Bria and Mr. Jalen. But either way, it looks like he done found love and found a baby in Miss Draya. Okay, so I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on. Girl, this here is messy. But that's all I got at this time. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling. Do you condone? Do you support Drea's behavior? You know, men do it all the time. It should be okay for women to do the same thing. Or are you like me? Like, I hear you, but it's the fact that this man is the same age as your child. I am cringing. All right. Y'all let me know your thoughts and comments down below. That is all that I have for you guys at this time. I am Jami. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Why I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my shit. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler, the flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad